Hi, and welcome to Libby Presents Ghost News Network. Today is our paranormal news and discussion. Tom, piss off Mike.
So, since it's election season, I figured this was topical.
Oh, no.
So, very recently, just a couple weeks ago, a news reporter asked Donald Trump if he would take a look into UFOs and possible extraterrestrial activity. And he actually responded by saying that he's going to check on that, and he's heard some things, and he's going to take a good, strong look at that. So, and then he went on to say how he's bolstered our military. So basically, I think he's saying if the aliens want to, take a
Come at me, bro.
Come on, let's
Come at me, bro.
the Space Force is ready to go. So,
you don't even know. We got 30 moon stations you don't even know about.
We were just talking about that 2 weeks ago.
You guys ever see that movie Apollo 18?
Yeah.
About the Russians setting up a freaking base on the moon? And I don't know if you guys have seen Iron Sky 2. Hitler has a base on this dark side of the moon where he rides a dinosaur. It's fucking great.
I'm not going to watch that one. That's the article, that's it.
And then when pressed further, he was asked about Roswell and Area 51, and his response was, "I'll have to think about that one." So, what do we think about what Mr. Trump had to say?
So I personally, and I guess you can call this a little political, but maybe not. I personally think, like, if there's anything or anything happened at Roswell and Area 51, whatever is going on there or what went on there, the President of the United States will never know about it. They're in maximum 8 years and then they're out. Why are, Congress and Senate, there's no term limits?
Mm-hmm.
Because you need them to have no term limits. You need these people in office for 40, 50 years because they do know. And they can't just come in 8 years and then out. Just saying. A little conspiracy theory there. As far as UFOs go, I mean, you'd have to be pretty fucking naive not to believe that stuff exists. That there's life out in the universe, intelligent life, not just bacteria, but intelligent life out there. Whether it has come here or not is a different story. If it is able to come here, we're fucked. We're fucked. When was the last time we went to the moon?
50 years ago.
We suck as a species. We suck as a species, guys. We do. We suck as a species. Just saying. Because we're still watching this shit on video and not projectored with a little button that you just hit and poof, everything pops up. So we suck as a species. If they're able to come here, we're fucked.
You can get Google Glass.
That worked well.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, that's all.
I think that I think from my own opinion that I don't think every president knows about it, but I do feel like certain presidents were privy to that information. Not all of them. Ronald Reagan made a famous speech about how he talks about alien invasion and how quickly the world would come together if we were invaded by another force. And that speech, which I think is one of the great speeches Ronald Reagan ever had, is it's just something that alludes to the fact that he knew what was going on. So I think some of them do under certain circumstances. I don't think every president does.
Fair enough.
I think of it. I've always said I thought if any president knew something, it would have been George H.W. Bush, because he was the head of the CIA, he was vice president, and then he was president. Like, if there's a guy who'd seen some stuff, it was him.
Yeah.
So he would have got my vote. I certainly don't think anyone would tell Donald Trump, because he'd be tweeting about it. So. I think he might be the last to know.
I think I don't know. I don't know that that's necessarily true, but you never know.
But I mean, I guess the question is, does the president have access to go to those places? I mean, I know you can go to Roswell, but like Area 51.
And I know it's a movie, but you got to think they're like with Independence Day.
Right.
The president didn't know about Area 51. He thought it was a myth.
Right.
And then they brought him there and they're like, wait, it's real?
Right.
Like that's
honestly what I think the
accurate.
situation is probably like. I think
Right.
under certain circumstances and things that happen, then that information becomes privy. But I don't know. I mean, I have a real I don't know. I feel like, and maybe it's because I'm a Star Trek fan, I like to think that there's this, you know, these prime directives and rules of not engaging, with species that aren't advanced enough to get involved. Like, it's just a recon kind of check them out, see how they're advancing kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to think it's like that. So I'd like to think that, you know, and one of the biggest things is, like, you go back to ancient Egypt and Greece, and, you know, you go to the Vikings and you go to all these things, and they all tell these tales before they had ever intermingled, and they're talking about the same types of UFOs and things like that, you know. So
Yeah,
I think that I don't know if they've been here since then, but I feel like something had been here at some point.
Well, they built the pyramids.
Don't get me fucking started on that.
But
They did not.
Here's my thing with that. Like what you just said, like if there is, and they're able to come here, they're probably just watching us. But
Right.
think about it, okay? Hear me out. Say if
You're a pessimist, Mike.
no, no. Think of the way our entire world economy works. Not just ours, the
Right.
world economy,
Right.
right? Based on oil, okay? You're gonna sit here and tell me that if we were able to travel to another planet that had a really just shitty species that just we knew we'd kick their ass, but their planet had tons of fucking oil, we wouldn't go and invade their shit and take their shit.
I think by the time we can
do
go,
it here within our own fucking
I think
own
by,
world.
I would like to hope that in that type of scenario, whatever we're using to get around is not going to be fossil fuels in space. You know.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you gotta kind of hope we don't have anything they actually want or need.
There's always something though. I mean, you still gotta build stuff. How are you building stuff? By using your natural resources. You know, it's
Unless you can replicate it something.
how are you replicating? Just snap your fingers. I mean,
You know, we've got.
We could be food for the aliens. It's gonna eat us all.
yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that's the deal.
I don't really know what happened in this conversation.
I have no idea.
I don't even remember what it was about. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments section below, and if you haven't yet, give this video a like, share, and subscribe, or you can click that little notification bell to know when all of our content is uploaded to YouTube. Thanks again for joining us, and until next time, take care, guys.